Now, if you struggle with imposter syndrome in your business and a feeling of never being good enough, no matter how much you accomplish or how much your clients tell you they appreciate you, this episode is for you. This question comes from Cassie, who wrote in, and she said, I don't have much money and I cannot seem to make much in my business. I have doubt, overwhelm, and imposter syndrome. Definitely feelings of not good enough. My finances are increasingly worse and I feel guilt as I've invested in things I probably shouldn't have. So I'm going round in circles. Any tips? Oh, sweet friend, absolutely. That's a great question. And you're not alone. So many of us female entrepreneurs really struggle with feeling like we're an imposter, feeling like we're a fraud, feeling like we're not good enough. Hey, it's Charissa, and here we use scripture to shift your beliefs around money, wealth, and business so that you can create a legacy of impact and generosity. Even now, after being in business for 19 years, there are times that the feelings of imposter syndrome still come up for me. Why should anyone listen to me when I stand up on stage and speak? I don't have everything together in my business, and if they saw the back end and how I'm scrambling to put things together, they would think I'm a fraud. But I've learned some strategies that help me quickly deal with the feelings of not good enough and imposter syndrome so I can overcome them. I believe imposter syndrome hits so many Christian female entrepreneurs so hard because of the incredible impact and legacy that you are created to leave and to make. When you believe the lie that you don't have anything of value to offer, or that you can't get your clients the transformation that they desire, or that you're not good enough, and that you're constantly having to hide behind the shame of never measuring up. What you're really saying is that you believe you don't really have value. And now, because of that, you're experiencing major consequences because of the overwhelm, the doubt, the feelings of not being good enough. Now you're not marketing your business and sharing how you can really help people. Or you're undercharging on those times that you do ask for the sale, though asking for the sale doesn't happen as often as it really should. You feel depressed, discouraged, and you doubt that your business will ever be as successful as you want, that it'll ever work out. It affects your walk with God because now you feel like you're unworthy to receive anything good in your life. You feel regret because you know that you're letting God down and you're disappointing others. Because you know you're not living up to your calling that God has placed on your life to impact multitudes. And then you struggle with the guilt, knowing that your potential clients are still going to continue to struggle, all because you believe you were not able to provide that transformation, and you're dealing with imposter syndrome. Let me ask you a question. Don't you think that this attack on your mind is designed intentionally to limit your legacy and your impact in ways that will bring God so much glory? The first tip into overcoming imposter syndrome is we need to expose the root. The first being my proprietary 4B method that I use with all of my students is break down. We need to break down the beliefs that you are believing. So do this for me the next week. I have something for you to do this next week. Every time a thought of not good enough or imposter syndrome starts to creep into your mind, I want you to do this one thing. I want you to stop, get to the root of that thought, like you're pulling up a weed and trying to get to the roots, and ask yourself, where did this belief even come from? What is the root of this belief? Often the root of this belief that you are an imposter comes from something someone said to you when you were younger, or an experience that you went through years ago. Now that we've pulled up the root, we need to hold this thought and feeling in the light of Scripture. Remember whose you are. You are the daughter of the Most High King, and you have been redeemed. And because He is good and He resides in you, that makes you good enough. The pressure of being good enough is something that you do not have to carry any longer. Remember, your value comes from the cost of the ransom that Jesus paid for your life on your behalf. He has brought you through circumstances and difficulties and trials and life experiences so that now you are equipped with the exact combination of gifts and skills and abilities that will bring an answer to your clients, an answer that they are desperately praying for. Nancy, one of my students, she realized that this internal dialogue of constantly saying she was not good enough was really telling God that what He did on her behalf wasn't good enough. And she was accusing Him of lying because she doubted the value that He placed on her life. You can rest secure in knowing your true identity and the incredible value that comes from who God created you to be and the value He has placed upon your life because He has set His love upon you. When you serve from this place of knowing your true identity, all imposter syndrome will just vanish. And it isn't about you. It's about the people you are called to serve. And if you do this, this is how you become more relatable. Your clients are not looking for perfection. They're not looking for someone who has it all together. I mean, aren't you like me when you see someone who is so perfect, you kind of think that they're a fake because it just seems way too good to be true. And that's when people think that you're a fake, as if you're trying to be too good to be true. And you don't want people thinking that you're a fake, right? Plus, it's really exhausting to try and keep up that certain image and trying to keep performing what that certain image will do, right? If you pull back the curtain and show that you don't always have it all together, that sometimes you struggle too, this is really authentic and relatable. All you need to do is be a couple steps ahead of somebody and then turn around and reach back, give them the tips, give them the strategies that help them get from where they are, where you were, to where you are right now. You can show them the way. I want you to think about that passion that you have to really see your clients stop struggling with this issue that you solve. I want to give you everything possible so that you could succeed and you can have this transformation in the next 3 months, like so many of my students do. Remember, your clients are praying desperately for an answer that you provide. If this has been valuable to you so far, would you hit that subscribe button and tap that bell to be notified every time a new video drops, which is every single week? My go-to verses to help you overcome imposter syndrome quickly. I love Isaiah 43, 1-4. And it says, because you are precious in my eyes, because you are honored and I love you. I give men in return for you, people in exchange for your life. 2 Corinthians 4:7. God has made His light shine in our hearts, and we have this treasure in jars of clay to show us and those around us that the surpassing great power is from God and not from us. 2 Corinthians 12:9. My grace is sufficient for you. My power is made evident in weakness. It's only when you acknowledge that there are areas you're not good at, you're not the best at, but that's when you let God's power shine through you, and that's when others will be drawn to know God, and you don't have to have this level of perfection. You don't have to feel like you're an imposter. You can feel like you're a vessel, taking what you've learned, sharing it with other people, and really reflecting His glory. And isn't that what we all want? To run our businesses in such a way that God gets all the glory? I would love to hear from you. First, Have you ever felt like an imposter? If so, I want you to share it in the comments below. This is how you can pull up the lie and expose it to the light. You don't have to struggle anymore with shame because Jesus bore all of your shame, all of your guilt on his body when he died on the cross. And this is a safe place where you're going to see you're not alone in struggling with imposter syndrome and feeling like you're not good enough. Second, I want to know what strategies that you have used to overcome imposter syndrome. You're going to help all the rest of us when you share your strategies, because it'll probably be like, oh, I never thought of that. I'm going to try that. And then you end up helping somebody else overcome imposter syndrome so much faster. Bonus points, what's a Bible verse that you can use in those times when those feelings of imposter syndrome and not good enough start creeping into your mind? What verse can you use to combat that with truth? Leave a comment and let me know down below. Now, using scripture to overcome feelings of not good enough and imposter syndrome will help you get more confidence in your business. They're going to increase your ability to serve more clients authentically and to give you more confidence with selling. But if you don't also deal with these other common reasons why your business is experiencing slow growth, you may just continue the cycle of feeling not good enough or feeling like you're an imposter. And your finances and your business may continue to get worse. Watch this next video.